spot against Vici Gaming in the lower bracket final. It would be a rematch for Invictus, not only of their round one game here in Cologne, but also the matches that they played in DreamHack Summer as well. As Billy has said, they're starting on the T side and they'll get off to a bit of a roll here. Fair bit of utility in the back pocket there for Invictus Gaming. The odds do shift a little bit away from them again, back up to 1.4 now for Invictus, but still heavily favored over Beyond.
Yeah, very heavily favored still. And look, Beyond, as you mentioned, they've got a bit of a stack going on over towards that B site. Invictus just grouping up at lowers, looking like we might see a B split come through. Smoke there for Viva. So any crossfire trying to be established by Olivia there over towards Car is not going to happen, but the turtle can come into full force. However, it looks like Invictus are just going to be faking the B split and sending that up short instead, so Olivia still will be able to have some impact here.
Yeah, STK hasn't seen anything just yet, and it's really on to Olivia, isn't it? The information now starting to come through. Invictus have just walked their way onto the A side, essentially, cleaned up Olivia. Now they have a 4-on-5 retake to defend against, but we all know that these retakes are quite difficult to make work on the pistol round at the best of times. But considering that Beyond Esports has to rotate all three players across from that B site, it's going to take them forever to get there. So they won't have the time to muck around. KNTZ and MyRolls, though, are doing good work until Flying arrives. And that's that. And that's the pistol round gone, done, and dusted. And Invictus really just made it look easy.
Yeah, that was pretty much it summed up. Invictus just really starting to hit their shots now and cracking open the A site very damn easily, just running out, just continuing to spam that down. But again, that's what we were speaking about on the desk just before. Olivia, a bit of a lackluster performance, and the fact that Flying was alive in that situation was completely ridiculous. He was completely blind. I think someone was shooting at him for a whole 2-3 seconds before he could even see again, and still managed to win the engagement. However, that's going to be the first pick of the round. Viva straight down mid, and speaking of mid, Beyond are just going to be marching up like ants right now, going to be stomped on as well. And that's the round. 15 seconds.
Good. As far as I'm concerned, get that round out of the way. Beyond, they didn't even buy into it, so they are actually going to force a buy through here. It's not what you normally see these days. Normally, you're going to see the force into round 2 and then the save for round 3 with a really good buy for round 4.
Yeah.
This time, Beyond have decided to go for something a little bit different. Invictus should be at least cognizant of that possibility. They went through that round pretty quick. They sort of slammed away with a few of the guys, thought maybe there's no pistols upgraded here, maybe there's no armor here. So I think they're probably aware of what they're going to be dealing with here, but it's an interesting buy from Beyond. They did like the scoped rifles when we saw them playing on Mirage against Vici earlier in Cologne. That's not worked out too nicely, though, because Flying, well, he's in one of those moods. He's just walked out long, killed 3 Beyond players, and I dare say that's probably the round.
Yeah, certainly should be, unless MyRolls can do some work here straight through CT. It looks like that won't be to be, as Destroyer waltzes out mid, loses his life, but very expendable there just with the Mac 10. And that's going to be 3 on the board for Invictus. Beyond already looking to save the rifles. Except for Viva. He's found himself that upgrade onto the M4 and he wants to go for a bit of hunt all the way through T-spawn. Might actually get there in time. Still has 30 seconds to play with. Edging forward.
Yeah, definitely won't have been heard. And if he doesn't make another footstep from here, he might actually get himself 2. Well, probably just the 1 free kill, because as soon as he kills one guy, he's going to get the other guy turning around. But MyRolls dead. That's 1 more gun out of the hands. And STK looking in the wrong direction. Oh dear, that's gone horribly for Beyond. They really don't even get to save any guns at all through. And Invictus is off to a tear.
Yeah, very good start to the round. Flying off the back of the pop flash, looking very damn good. It wasn't even a pop flash, it was the anti-flash from Olivia's, and still managed to make that work very nicely indeed. 3 quick ones in terms of the kills as well. In terms of the rounds on the board for Invictus, we're like, what, 2 minutes into the game, and we've already stacked 3 on.
Yeah, about get 4 probably as well here, Mac.
Yeah, over towards long. They are just going to rain those flashes. Full control. It's only Olivia to really have any say in the matter. The other 4 players from Beyond are going to start to edge their way into upper dark. Flying. I don't think he's heard this one. Doubling back. Might actually find some kills. How's the timing?
Oh, yeah, pretty good actually. KNTZ drops as well, and finally the double swing does come through from MyRolls to find that frag, but for all the good that it's really going to do for Beyond, I'm not too sure, to be honest. Straight into the A site off all of the info that Flying was able to get across to Invictus, and That's another pretty quick bomb plant. So, look, maybe best case scenario now for Beyond is to save the one AK through.
But Oi, in a solid corner hit. Looking to punish any over-aggression. Nice line if Mayrolls comes this direction. But it seems to just be a standoff. Invictus happy to save Mayrolls. Looking to dish some damage from afar with that Deagle, but a little bit slow on the peak. Xiao actually trying to take that fight. Just on 2 HP. It was an interesting one for him to go for, and now surely he knows the position, but isn't going to bother with Mayrolls. So great job from him as well, making sure that AK wasn't taken over into the 5th. But again, another solid beginning for Invictus. 4 on the board already.
Well, can they keep that hype train rolling, Mac? Is it going to be a repeat of what we saw against Global? Losing map 2, Inferno, and then rolling into the 3rd map. In this case, it's Dust2. In that particular series, it was Mirage. And picking it up something like 16-2.
Look, well, I have an idea for Invictus. Because Inferno's not working for them, so stop damn picking it. Just get it out of there. Let's be real.
Yeah.
It's not working for you. Change up the pick. So missed flashes as well coming out for Destroyer there. Now Invictus just looking to go for the early B split, and it's just Mayrolls to hold. Oh, this is looking deadly for him.
Well, Olivia has managed to catch Viva, who was just sort of peeking up short. Mayrolls will get the timing wrong here. He'll dead. Oi already out on the site, though, does catch him. Destroyer was ready and waiting for the trade, should it have been necessary. Another bomb plant's going to go down. KNTZ keeps an eye on the window, but no one from Invictus is too eager to jump up there. And now the difficult task is going to have to begin for Beyond. Big mountain to climb in terms of, well, theoretically, retaking that B bomb site. But they've decided to give it up. This is one of the dangerous things about losing the B site is that sometimes you just have to give it up. And then it's a bit of pill to swallow when you're down 0-4, now 0-5. Yes, you get to keep your guns, but it's at the cost of a round.
So minimal damage in the round, but even so, it's one of these situations where Invictus off to a solid lead already. And look, I want to have a chant. Let's start a chant, all right? Pretend this is Cologne. Pretend we've got the crowd. Pretend Invictus have made it. I'm going to steal this one from Smash. So there used to be a saying where it's Roy's our boy. Roy's our boy. He was a very good, very good player. I'm going to steal it. I'm going to alter it a little bit. It's going to be Oi's our boy. 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 And you know, you just keep going. You just keep going.
Yeah.
It works well.
Hopefully the chat can keep that one going for the next 30 minutes or so, because Oi's at 5-0 at the moment, so he is kind of our boy. At least if you're a fan of Invictus, he'd be your boy at the moment.
I wish I could be the crowd. I'm going to start being the crowd for you and Pilsky.
Sure.
What do you reckon?
Well, your throat might get a bit sore after a whole day of that, but... Okay, he's been seen. Boy's our boy. He gets himself the opener in the round.
Boy's our boy.
And Invictus walk their way onto the A bomb site again. Now Beyond will be thinking, do we go for the retake here? It's 4-on-5. We've got not that much utility. Not much of a chance of getting back into this bomb site. And if we don't, we're not going to have very much money. So, cogs are turning, and they're turning, and they're turning, and they've decided it's time for another save.
I think he heard the chance. He really got fired up by the crowd there.
He literally just won the round for them.
Yeah, just got the 1 kill in the round. But again, Beyond, they're just not getting any groundwork done early in these rounds. And it looks like they're just so lost here on Dust. Like, yeah, just trying to salvage the economy forward. Mayrolls, nice little lineup. Dish out some extra damage, ends up with an extra player in the server. But it's just the rounds that count. And Invictus, they're making them count. 6 up already.
Yeah. Rolling through this one pretty easily on Dust2 so far. Beyond not offering that much resistance, though, to be fair, they have also opted to save the last couple of rounds. I mean, at a certain point, you've got to stop. You've got to actually go for a retake. You've got to try and win a round. Can't just let Invictus walk into all of these round victories. Off we go into round number 7, though. And Invictus take control of long.
Uncontested again. Olivia just going for the long defense straight from sight. It doesn't look like that's going to be too effective indeed, especially if you go toe-to-toe with Viva, who has been on one tonight. More so with the rifle, I'd say. But has been pretty good as well. And there's going to be a bit of damage onto QQ, who gets away with his head, dropping it down, crouching. But how's the two-man defense here at short? If they can't hold, Olivia's screwed as well. It looks like this is just going to be the A split, depending on how the short take goes. Flying, uncontested QQ. Just caught napping.
Yeah, Flying getting really quite a bit too much even done on these entries. This time it's Xiao who will catch KNTZ, and you talked about Olivia being the last line of defense. Let's see what he can do. Bombs drop, Destroyer puts it on the floor. Olivia keeps an eye on long. There's no one there, and in the meanwhile, Oi is doing some work. Xiao Saga will finish it this time. Invictus up to 7-0. And that hype train just does not stop a-rolling. Beyond will hold onto enough cash to get another buy through here, Mac, but their CT side on Dust2 is not looking good.
So almost at the majority of rounds already. If they take this one, they'll get there. But again, Beyond, look, at least some signs of hope from Olivia. Unfortunately, no one else got any work done in the round, and Beyond again gets another. Yet again, a missed shot coming up from Olivia. Team flash coming through. Miscommunication, maybe. Miscoordination, certainly. As now we do see Invictus with the rotation. Still positioned at upper dark. Looks like that bomb might just send it straight down suicide. Oh, Meryl's missed opportunity. Double AWP not working out. And missed utility. Beyond, they're looking so lost at the moment.
Yeah, definitely struggling. Invictus are kind of making things look easy. Big plays coming out from Flying on the entry. Oi's definitely doing a good job at the moment. I don't even think Oi has died yet, 7 rounds in. Yeah, no deaths.
And look, if you rearrange those numbers with the 8, the 1 and the O, if you change the 1 and the O around, that actually spells boy.
Yep.
You know what that means.
Oi's our boy.
Oi's our boy. Don't know how much impact he's going to have here, but he is going to be leading the charge. Look at the entries. Destroyer, though, doing it on his own, coming in from upper dark.
My rolls, how do you even hold this bomb site? It's just not possible with an AWP. No way. And he gets flashed out anyway, so Oi gets the freest kill of his life, and this is going to be 8-0.
A bit of insult to injury, and it looks like Kent is going to try to fight for it. But again, Invictus, just another laid on. That's 8 in a row.
Yes, it is, Mac. That's expert math. 8 rounds, 0 for Beyond. 8 in a row indeed for Invictus.
And look, this isn't their biggest win streak yet, because over on Nuke, they were a little bit behind, but they clutched it out with 10 connected. Let's see if they can do even better than that here. Been a costly round, thanks to QQ. Thanks to Kent's. But again, there it is, 8 secured. And Invictus are not worried about that economy. Looks like, I think Oi was actually sitting at 16k there. And, oh, 911, call the police.
Oh,
he's gone down one
he did
time.
Die.
Call the Ambos.
That's unfortunate. Oh, well. As long as Invictus keep winning the rounds, I'm not sure that Oi will be too concerned about what his scoreline is. Technical, rather tactical pause actually from Beyond here. Bit of time to chat for them, and God knows that they need it at the moment, being down 8-0. I'd say for the moment, it's just going to be a case of winning a couple of those fights on the entry, right? You can't keep allowing Invictus to just walk into the bomb site and get kills for free.
Oh, there you go. So that's the origin of Oi's name. So it must have come from a working class background.
Yeah, maybe.
Saying hey to everyone. His favourite word. Loves a good convo, that man. Good old wag of the chin, spin of the yarn.
Yep. Yep.
Anyway, this time Beyond, at least with some long control, which is something we haven't seen them get too many times now. Invictus, knowing this, are just going to be sending it straight out mid.
Yep.
Early round approach.
That's a better start for Olivia, but expertly traded by Oi. Myrolls crept down onto the site, and he has actually got a couple of kills here. Maybe not a couple, just the one onto Destroyer. Needed more, and unfortunately didn't get it. And once again, we're back in that same situation. That same decision to make for Beyond. Do we try to retake the B bomb site? Even numbers without very much util. I think the difference here is that they have a couple of smokes and, importantly, an incendiary for STK. So that can get thrown maybe onto back plat, somewhere onto the bomb site to isolate one of the angles. And Beyond are going to go for this. They're also down 8-0, so they're certainly going to need to make something happen. Flying does drop as QQ charges through the smoke, but Viva's good for the trade and Destroyer's there as well. It's an unfortunate reality for Beyond that they do have to go for a retake, because it puts them now into an even worse spot. 9-0 for Invictus. Money's bad for Beyond. They'll have to take a save.
Well, let's see. We can watch Invictus stroll to 10. Equalize the most rounds they've won in the road this series so far. And at the moment, it looks like that's exactly what they're going to be doing. Beyond a couple of pistols, but they're picked off already. Viva hitting everything today. There is the boost over that smoke as well, which just hasn't gone too well. Hasn't found any fruits just yet. QQ has the timing on this one. Trying to work it, and he gets in straight behind Viva, but the trade comes out from Xiao. Saying sorry for letting him past. And it's just going to be sending them up a long. At this range, though, Mayrolls might be able to find something. Bit of a body tag on the scout. Xiao wanted to go for the repeat.
Ooh. Flying, just shouldering around the corner there. Cops some scalp damage as well. What's gonna really... Oh!
Oop.
He saw him through the car window, Mac.
He saw our boy.
He accidentally left the window down.
Got to roll those up.
Got to roll those up when it starts raining.
And look, when it rains, it falls, and Invictus are just getting everything at the moment. The river running in their direction. Just sailing it to glory.
10-0. Another tack timeout.
So I don't know if you were listening before, but Pilly actually managed to get Coach Spinach on the line.
Oh, really?
And he tried to do this weird voice. It's kind of cringe.
Yep.
Yeah, but
I didn't hear that.
look, it's all right.
Yep.
That's all right, Pilly. I know you're out there. I know you're listening. It's
Good
okay.
chat.
That wasn't my, I just saw someone in chat say, well, kind of cringe. And I was like, yeah, look, props. So yeah, don't know if Coach Spinach is ever going to come out of the woodwork again. Really probably hurt Pilly's feelings a lot.
Poor Pilsky.
Anyway, Beyond's feelings going to be hurt here too if they don't get a round on the board in the first half. Invictus just running away with this already. And look, 10 on the T side, that's way beyond par at this point.
Oh, a bit of something different here from Beyond. QQ's going to push close to the bedroom doors, but he definitely would not want to push any further forward. That will be quite ill-advised. More of a restrained start to the round from Invictus. They'll rotate back over towards short this time. Might be a full 5-man A take. KNTZ posted up on the site alongside Olivia. Two weapons that are pretty good at holding an angle like this. An AUG and an AWP.
Oh, it just flames.
Yeah, it's a good time for the counter utility there from Beyond. Invictus are starting to walk forward though, and the util is quite good. The flashes are nice, but not enough to push Olivia off the angle. Oh. Maybe this will be the first round for Beyond. Flying had to be the saving grace, didn't he? And he can't hang on to it this time. Viva planting the bomb. Destroyer missing a couple of shots. That allows Olivia to cross. And that's the end of Viva. It's all on to Destroyer now. 1 on 3, and he can't do it. Finally, Beyond have got themselves around.
No more than 10. There you go. Couldn't do it one better. Couldn't do it this time. And Invictus, they've dropped the ball. But only partially. They kind of like picked it up. Wasn't too close to a knock-on, wasn't really too close to a handball there, no penalties. But of course, Beyond, they've got a round on the board.
Yeah, great stuff. Only 15 more to go. Hopefully, for them at least.
Yeah.
Only 6 for Invictus. And they'd love to finish this half strong. If they can get up to 12 or 13, then they've more or less shut Beyond out of this map, and it's going to be almost impossible to come back from that. But there is still a world where Beyond could salvage something on the CT side here if they get onto a bit of a roll and catch back up to maybe the 5 mark. Wishful thinking, but it's possible. QQ goes 1 for 1. Oi has not spotted those players as he dropped into pit because he was blind. And the challenges are coming through the smoke now from Invictus. They're just falling apart a little bit in this round. Viva will salvage with the AWP. And he waits patiently for Olivia as well. Beats them. The aim duel goes the way of Viva. And we're back to a 2-on-2.
Bomb about to be retrieved as Destroyer filters out the side. It's up to STK, who had a very good Inferno, but can't deny the cross this time. Viva hits him where it hurts, and that's going to be the 3K for Viva. And continuing that 10-round difference in favor of themselves. Back
to a save for Beyond. Really don't have that much money in the back pocket. It'll be pistol armor, bit of HE. MP9 even for KNTZ. So a little bit more money getting thrown into this round. But it's definitely not what you'd want. And Invictus Gaming quite happy to work their way through the middle of the map. A bit of a quicker play this time.
It's worked before. Could work again. KNTZ though close with the MP9. Able to get flashed through, but the molly behind it is just going to do so much work in terms of isolating him. Look, he's hit it in the corner. Oi, opening, flying as well. And that's going to be the B site, probably the round 2.
It is indeed. Beyond Esports, they'll just have to sit tight behind that smoke. And, well, here we are again, Mac. I feel like it's a broken record. Deja vu, post-plant situation. Destroyer.
Where was this Destroyer over on Inferno? He has sharpened up.
That's a good question. KNTZ not going to have much luck in getting that AK and taking it through to the next round. So 12-1. Beyond can buy again.
It's just so much money for Invictus. Just lining the pockets with it. Able to buy for the rest of the half now as we head in the round 14. Beyond, the same cannot be said. It's do or die here in this round. And look, it's going to be a slow and painful death already. 12-3 at best in the half. Let's see if they can find a second. 3-man defense on B. 2-man setup over towards short. Just giving up long completely. And that's where the bomb is for Invictus. Flash in. There's the aggression. STK goes forward and almost finds Oi, but Oi able to trade it.
He's also able to be traded by KNTZ. There was a big stack of players over toward the B bomb site, and Invictus are aware of that. They get aggressive up long, but Olivia holds on for the double. Xiao Saga and Flying. Not really able to do a whole lot there. Viva is the last man standing. Olivia should be able to deal with him, but that's a sharp shot from the Deagle. Maybe there is another twist and another turn to this round. A lot of time for Viva to play with, and he has the bomb. But he's lost more than half of his HP to the molly, which will make it an easy job for Myrolls to finish off. 12-2. 1 round left to play in the half here. Invictus, well, they'll like to get that 13. Just put themselves 1 step closer.
And if they can, Jordan, I said, I don't think there's a situation where we're going to see a 16-2. But again,
unless
it's looking very similar.
Unless what? Unless 13 is not achieved by Invictus. Then what?
Yep, all right. You drive a hard bargain. Good boy. Here's our boy.
Yeah. 15-6. He's having a cracker of a map. Dust2 here, but not aware of Olivia posted on the CT angle, so he'll fall through the smoke. But by and large, Invictus progressing through this round quite nicely. Olivia and STK are going to be forced into a 2-on-4 retake.
Wow.
Astronomical odds against them.
Roughy.
2 flashes is all they have to play with here. And
then-
Xiao, holding a bit of an off angle, is going to catch Olivia as he tries to walk around the corner. And a sharp shot to finish it off as well.
Oi.
Onto STK. Not Oi, but Oi will be back in the second half. It's 13-2 favouring Invictus.
Introduce me, I'm the renegade. Ooh, every single night, I crave the taste. It's the adrenaline running through my gait. It gets me high, high, high. Got no time to waste. Ain't got time for small talk. I tell you the truth. I'm faster than you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose, just faster than you. Look into my eyes, I'm not afraid. Take over my mind till it fades. Like a medicine, it keeps me safe. This neon lights lead the way. Ain't got time for small talk. I tell you the truth. I'm faster than you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose, just faster than you. Faster than you. I tell you the truth. I'm faster than you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose, just faster than you. I tell you the truth. Just faster than you. Just faster than you.
(13-2) favouring Invictus, and the odds do shift ever so largely to them after that first half on Dust2. It's looking pretty damn good for them. Hard to imagine a world where Invictus could lose the map from here, Mac, but I'm sure they could find a way.
Well, let's see how it goes now. Xiao a little bit slow out of the gates as we do have Viva, last line of defense here on A, going to be joined by Destroyer and Flying in a second.
All right, he's going to boost Flying up onto the site, and Destroyer does pick one off in mid. So actually, if there's a bit of a double swing here from Invictus and Beyond a little bit lax on their push up from long, things could go quite poorly indeed for them. That said, they do slow things down a little bit, get that smoke into CT. No assistance coming from there, at least for now. Here's their final line of defense, though, for Invictus. Flying has to do what he can. He's getting flashed in, but unfortunately, he's just really getting peppered at the moment. Destroyer so far yet to land any shots as well. And, well, I mean, that's just poor shooting, really, at the end of the day for Invictus. If they land a few more shots, they had plenty of opportunities. That round could have gone their way.
So Beyond really need to be thanking themselves for coming out of the gates with the right amount of momentum to get back into the game. We might be seeing something similar to Inferno. I know it is very early to call.
Well, it does seem like Invictus have fixed a lot of their issues from Inferno, Max, so hopefully that's not the case.
Well, they did in the first half, and that's when they were able to run at their enemies. Here on the CT side, it's been a little bit different, a little bit slower. Oi, only able to find one, but the trade's favouring Beyond here, as it's just going to be the long-range engagements, the choice. The path of least resistance for Beyond over towards the A side as Destroyer. Answers with a Deagle. A dirty one, too.
Yeah, no luck with the spam through the smoke, though. Beyond should be able to get up on plant here pretty safely, although Flying is waiting on the corner as well, and he's starting to sort of creep his way out. Hidden by the smoke cover for now. Uh-oh. That's dangerous for QQ. Destroyer! He's looking insane with the Deagle right now. Come on, one more. Just give it to us. He doesn't quite, but Flying has an easy task ahead of him now. Olivia's one shot away from death, and that is that.
Absolutely criminal. What a couple of shots on the Deagles. Invictus stealing that one back. Woo! Those two first ones, that. And then the next one's Destroyer.
Ooh.
Been so sharp here.
Well, Destroyer's keen to get things over and done with. I think criminal is a good way of putting it because that was dirty and disgusting. But 14-3 is the scoreline right now, and Invictus will continue their push towards a victory in this matchup against Beyond. They do want another rematch against Vici, whom they've dropped to quite a lot lately. And Beyond are forced to go back down to the pistols and the armor. They don't even have too much utility to throw in this round. In fact, none at all. So it's going to have to be the good old-fashioned way. Walking out, taking aim duels, which is never going to be a fun time. Sometimes it can work with the Deagles, but I don't think it's going to work against an Invictus that's looking so good right now.
Yeah, wait. In a very strong position here at the doors, but Beyond looking to reroute, go over towards short at the moment. But again, without flashes, there's not a lot of hope for them going up against the scout of Viva. Xiao as well, able just to finish the job with that MP9. And that's if they commit in this direction. Now, knowing that Viva's over here, it seems they have gone for another reroute. Just looking to prod out towards mid now. If they can manage to jump across, there's a chance that they can slide up towards the B site, go for the split, and Viva spots it, but a little bit too late, and now it looks like the B split's on.
Wow, still two defenders here for Invictus, and Flying gets out through the doors pretty quick. Quick flick as well. Gashes both the SDK and Olivia. Comes back into the site and gets himself a third frag for the round. That's Invictus up to 15, and they are really just sort of walking it in here on the third map of Dust2. It's not quite as clean as it was on that Mirage map against Global. That was 16-2, but definitely a 16-3 on the cards right now because Beyond really don't have a whole lot of money to their name.
I feel like the rounds themselves, though, looking pretty convincing for the majority. Invictus just really knuckling down everything they needed to get this one very close to being over the line. It is just match point, but Beyond, they've got a couple of Tech 9s, a couple of smokes and flashes, and it looks like they are going for the belated B rush, but we'll see if they prod towards mid first.
Well, Flying sitting in the cutout, and he'll be assisted quite substantially here by Destroyer. It's going to be a good setup for the CTs if Beyond do indeed want to go for this bomb site. Util's getting thrown on in. Off angle for Flying. He makes good usage of it. Destroyer's down though, and that's a 2-on-2 trade. Destroyer got absolutely nothing done. Xiao also fell somehow. And Invictus, well, the map ends May not be here just yet.
And our boy still looking to re-engage. Has that MP9 to play with. Molly under window. May force Mayrolls into a pocket, but seems Invictus realise this as they can start to head their way in. Viva, nice shot, but Oi, not given a chance, and there it is. Beyond fight for another round here on D2, but how many rounds can they keep up this fight?
That's a good question. And will Invictus just decide to force buy into this one? They could just take one save here, and they'd have a very good buy. But they are going to force through, actually, Mac. So still seems like they want to get this over and done with. It's going to mean that they're going to go down to Deagles and Armor on a couple of the players. I mean...
You saw what Destroyer did with it before.
I think it could work, of course, yeah, but would it not be the higher percentage play to just take a single save? Lots of info gathered for Invictus. They've pushed out into upper tunnels and already sending almost the entire team over to A. This is looking a bit dangerous for Beyond.
Invictus still need to hit their shots. They do have some smokes to play with. One on the front of sight could slow Beyond down. And Beyond's utility's thin too.
Viva with the AWP though is posted on a good angle. Beyond's being very patient at the moment.
Great. Molly over towards short as well, just to split up the troops. Another smoke can be rotated on the front of sight now, but Viva is just looking to find that line. Over towards long, sent to Blizzard instead. And Mayrolls has a flash at the ready to pop the rifles through, and that's coming in now.
Too little too late though, because Viva's already spotted QQ. Information is given away to Invictus. STK spotted Viva, dancing toward the cutout. So far this is actually looking good for Beyond, but they haven't got rid of Viva until now. That was a bit of a weird one. Invictus, I thought they might actually be able to hold on to it. They had all the info, they had all the players rotated across, but Viva just sort of decided to back away instead of hold strong on the site. And Beyond was able to close those angles, which means that Invictus now have to go back down to a save. Did force buy into the last round, so you reap what you sow.
And the direction shows that Beyond sending that bomb over towards uppers. Bit of an anti-eco, knowing that Invictus might just go for an aggressive play here, but it's only STK to watch, and it's the huge flashbang flying, going down. Destroyer unable to capitalize on a trade, as Oi here over towards short will be able to get some chip damage. No heads found, but he's going back for more, and not even getting tagged back, so really just winning this engagement. Mayrolls just waiting. There's the head. STK, though, has completely found that B side open. QQ. He's going to make his way back, grab that bomb before losing his life, throwing away another. And there it is, 6 on the board. Beyond. Only one casualty in the end, but Oi was allowed to survive for just way too long, it seems. And now into round 22.
Yeah, not that costly though for Beyond Esports. At least they're kind of salvaging a little bit of pride right now on the T side of Dust2. I think that's the only thing that we can really be talking about at the moment until Beyond, for some reason, actually does get within striking distance of Invictus. It's kind of hard to believe that they're going to get 9 more rounds in a row from here. You know, plus obviously the last couple that they've got. So something like 11 rounds in a row would have been what they ultimately required to get this to OT. I don't even think that's really a storyline at this point. I think for Beyond, it's just, you know, let's try and get to 7. Let's try to get to 8. Let's try to get to double digits now. And then sooner or later, one step in front of the other. Maybe then you're at that point where you can think, okay, well, this might be possible to push to overtime. But you think about the bigger picture and it seems a little bit too restricting for them. Gonna go back toward the B bomb site again. And it's just Destroyer now because he's lost flying. Has to watch the tunnels. STK gets through okay. And Invictus will have to call the save early here. They don't have any money. They can't go for this retake. So, Beyond survive another round.
Let's see if Invictus can make this one costly for Beyond. Not positioning closely to trade. They're just a little bit disordered, I'd say. Just all over the place. Beyond are certainly on the hunt all the way to the A site. Just Olivia hanging around, making sure that the round is locked down. And they will get 7 on the board. Invictus, however, not going to be spotted, not going to be found. So 3 of these rifles forward. And at this point, it's like, do you even want to see a half investment? The economy is not looking great. Pack your bags, do it in the next instead, but they are going to go for the half investment. Give themselves a decent chance.
Well, my only concern is that if they keep doing this, sooner or later they run out of rounds.
That's the one. Well, you like overtime, don't you? Third map deep in the series.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it gets me going.
Always provides the goods.
Yeah, yeah.
Overtime.
Yep. Hopefully we get paid overtime as well.
Ooh, maybe.
But we'll see.
Brendan, how's that sound? See? Oh, good. You're going to double my rate. Thank you. All right. Let's go to overtime.
Yeah, confirmed on stream. Thank you.
Thank you, producer. Hey.
All right, Oi, if he gets the timing here, might just find himself a freebie. Maybe that overtime pay will not be finding its way into your bank account, Mac, because it's a 4-on-3 now. And Beyond have not been good at coming back from numbers deficits.
Look, if we can get this map going for another 50 minutes, technically we're going into a new day.
Oh, that's another day rate.
That's another day rate. That's double your pay. Look, let's go with that one. Anyway, one-man advantage for Invictus. Looks like it's not going to last for too long. Viva overextending all on his lonesome there.
Yeah, I don't know if he necessarily needs to be doing that with really only 30 seconds left on the clock. But the one benefit of it, at least for Invictus, is it gives them the info that Beyond are rallying the troops outside of bedroom. So you've rotated an extra one over here, Invictus, with 30 seconds left on the clock, and Beyond still have to make their way into the site. It's not going to be a fun time. Flashes go flying through. Xiao, though, with an AUG in hand, holding close. Gets the first, but not the second, and means Destroyer has to deal with the 1-on-2. And yes, admittedly, KNTZ's on 1 HP, but Destroyer, it's not an easy task for him either way. STK drops a grenade at his feet. That hurts quite a bit. Destroyer deals with KNTZ. Doesn't matter how much HP he's got. Destroyer's been a bit of a sharpie, but not sharp enough in this round. And again, Beyond will survive. This time Invictus are going to get a premium buy through, though.
What's a premium buy entail, Jordan?
Pretty much everything.
Ah.
Smokes, mollies, util.
All the extras. All the benefits. Are you trying to sell me? Is Kev here? You trying to upsell me?
I'm not trying to sell you a fridge, Mac.
I thought you were for a second. Insurance, fridge, it's all the same.
But if I did try to sell you a fridge, it would come with one of those cool ice cube makers.
Oh, I do like ice cubes.
And
Sounds fancy.
the tap that you can get water from.
Pre-chilled?
Yes, of course.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't like chilled water, so I'll probably have to give that a miss. Sorry, mate.
Well, if you don't want the chilled water, just get out of your tap. No complaints.
Yeah, all right. Best of both worlds, you reckon? Yeah, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've pulled me leg. You've driven that one home. Why
Well,
are you in sales?
Do I have a deal for you? I can drive your fridge home as well, if you want it.
Ooh.
Wondering when Invictus is going to drive this series home, to be honest.
In the Kia Rio?
Taking a while, isn't it?
Small car.
Well, that is actually quite a small car, according to the model sizes in the game. But anyway, Invictus going to try and hold on to the A bomb site again. Xiao only good for one, but Destroyer has been popping heads at the moment, and he's actually caught STK on the cross. Now, this is hugely problematic for Beyond because they don't have smokes to get across. There is one. There'll be a hole in it, though. Destroyer is just going to wait and see whether Beyond is going to be able to jump across. Of course, you're not at this point in time. KNTZ down now as well. It's just Olivia, and I think we all know where this is going. That's finally the end of the map and the series. Invictus managed to pick it up 2-1. We'll take a short